Hi everyone, Happy New Year and welcome back to my channel. I hope January has been treating you well so far. Today I have a sort of purge video. It's stuff that I am getting rid of because it's January and I need to clear out. Now, I'm pretty much just a hoarder. I basically never throw things away, but I'm getting swamped in makeup and there are products that I don't use, that I don't like. So this is basically a throwing out stuff that did not work for me kind of video, which I hope you will enjoy. Disclaimer, as ever, everyone is different, so if these products are things that you like, that work for you, that's great. Please tell me how you use them so that I can potentially make them work for me. But yeah, these are things that didn't agree with my skin type or whatever. So let's jump straight in. I've got a massive box of stuff, which is in no particular order. I'll try and do things in categories, but they might get a bit muddled up. I have a big page of notes. Let's jump in. Starting with primer. I have this from Otti or Oti, I don't know exactly how you pronounce it. I bought this off YesStyle, which is a website that sells a lot of Korean and other Asian skincare and makeup and clothes and shoes and just everything. Now, I bought this because it is a purple tinted primer and I thought, great, brighten up the skin, correct sallowness. I tried it, I did actually try it on camera in a different video, and it was like putting titanium sunscreen on my face. It just looked white and thick and heavy. It didn't make my makeup last longer, and generally it was pretty rubbish, so throw that away. Next primer. This is from Sleek, it is their Bare Kiss Illuminator. Now, it is illuminating and the texture of this is fine. It's more a colour issue for me. Now, I'm quite pale. This is the palest one they do, and it looks quite pale, but it's actually quite dark and quite pink, as you can hopefully see from that on my hand there. It's just too pink. That is my number one complaint. It is illuminating and it is a nice texture. I wouldn't say it really made things last longer, but it doesn't really claim to make your makeup last longer. It just claims to be illuminating. Yeah, too pink. Great for other people, not good for me. They need a paler shade. I will say that I do like Sleek though for its range of shades in general. Like, they might not have a pale enough shade for me, but they do cater to quite a wide range of skin tones, including darker skin tones, at a reasonable price. So thumbs up for Sleek, but bye bye to this product. Okie dokie, what's next? I have another primer in a couple of shades. These are the MUA Makeup Academy Undress Your Skin Illuminating Liquid Glow. I have Champagne, I have Oyster. These were very, very affordable, and I did use them a bit for a while until someone pointed out that they could see glitter all over my face. Now, I hadn't noticed it when I've been putting on my makeup, but in daylight I was glittering like Edward Cullen, basically. So these, if you want to try out something illuminating, they're very affordable. They have, I think, 3 shades, and I think it's not like they're terrible, but they're glittery, and so for that reason they're going, because I have lots of illuminators at this point and I have plenty that are better than this. Okay, moving on to foundation. I'm going to start with a cushion. This is the Holika Holika Glow Cushion BB. Now, I'm very into Asian skincare, so I thought I would try out the cushion format foundation. Now, these are very, very popular in Asia. They've become quite popular here. As you can see, you've got this sort of cushion that's soaked in product. You dip your sponge in or your pad or whatever and you pat on your face. Now, my complaint with cushions is I personally think that they dry out too quickly. I'm not a fan of the format in general. As for this, it was definitely glowy. Like, I can't fault it on that. It was definitely glowy, but it was too glowy. It didn't set down at all. So although it was glowy, in order for it to not slide all over my face, I had to set it, which then took away the glow, and I found it didn't last very long. Basically, I'm probably not going to buy cushions in the future. I'm going to stick to my liquid foundations and my, beauty blender and, beauty blender impersonators. Bye bye to this. Okie dokie, another foundation for you. this is the EX1 Invisiwear Liquid Foundation. Now, I feel really bad getting rid of this because it was a present. I hate getting rid of presents, but I have tried this every way. I have tried different primers, I have tried different moisturizers, I have tried brushes and sponges, I've tried my fingers, I have tried everything, and I have watched so many videos and read so many reviews of people raving about this product and putting it on, and I can't make it work for me. I don't know why. Whatever I do, it ends up patchy. I can't explain it, but I have tried and tried and tried and tried, and now I'm giving up. Just, if something is this much work to sort of use, I'm kind of a low maintenance person. I don't want to be trying to fiddle with something that's really difficult. I want something that just goes on and looks good, and I don't have to worry about it, and this has become a lot of hassle. What do I have next? I'll tell you what I have next. I have another foundation. This is from number 7. It is their Instant Radiance. This is their paler shade Calico. Now this oxidizes so badly. I mean, Calico is just enough sort of lightness for me. It's just about wearable. They don't have a lighter shade. I can manage with it. I have a couple of other number 7 foundations in that shade which I wear in the summer. But this went orange. I mean, I'm going to put a bit on my hand, and you can see the shade there. I've just put it on. It's already not that light. I'm going to rub it in, and, well, hopefully you'll see what I mean in a few minutes when I show you the swatch again. Bye bye to that one. What's next? Do I have any more foundations? I do have more foundations. This, dropping things. This is the NYX Mineral Stick Foundation. I have used it as a total of 2 times because it was that terrible. Now, usually you expect from a stick foundation that it's going to wear quite well, you're going to get quite full coverage, and it's going to last. That is what I would go to a stick foundation for. Now this, I have never had a foundation break up on me so badly, so quickly. And I wore this on a date. It was not a good move. Guys, if you're going on a date, don't try new makeup. Stick with what you know. Don't try out new things, as tempting as it may be. This just became an oil slick. It broke up, it separated. And to be honest, even when I put it on at first, like, I was expecting more coverage. I was like putting more and more on, like trying to build it up, because it was such natural coverage, and that's not what I would expect from a stick foundation. So this was generally awful, really awful. And I like NYX in general, but this, just, no. One more thing in the sort of foundation category. It's not really a foundation, but this is the Lightening Shade Adjusting Drops from The Body Shop. Now, I know people use these to highlight and contour and things like that, and to use to lighten their foundations, and I thought, great, because I'm really pale, so something that I can buy in the summer, I can then put some of this in it and make it good for winter. But honestly, I find this to be slightly pink. It's not pure white, and it changes the tone of my foundations, and I feel like it's not supposed to. It's supposed to keep the same tone and change the amount of lightness that you have. And because I have a yellow tone, I don't want something that has any shade of pink in it, because it's going to mess with the tone. I've just said that. You know what I mean. Also, I think these are kind of watery and chalky. They change the consistency of the product. And if you want a lightening product, where is it? Here it is, right behind me, the LA Girl Pro Coverage White. I would choose this every day over this, and it wasn't that expensive either. Go for this one. Okay, I am through the foundation-y category, and we'll move on to concealer. Now, what do I have here? I have the CanMake Cover and Stretch Concealer UV Waterproof. First of all, I would say that it's not waterproof. I have dry eye, which, although it sounds like your eyes should be dry, it actually makes your eyes water a lot to try and compensate for the dryness. So I like to buy waterproof products, and I was trying to find a good waterproof concealer that didn't just disappear under my eyes when my eyes watered. I tried this, it was not it. Plus, it's too orange. Like, it looks quite pale. It's the palest shade they do, it's shade 1, but it was too dark, and I also found it dried down like to a very, very drying consistency. It dried down very quickly, so it was quite difficult to blend, and it really highlighted fine lines in my eyes, which is the last thing I want with a concealer. I have many, many, many concealers, far too many concealers, more concealers than I can possibly ever use, so this one is going. Next we have this one from Makeup Revolution, the Focus and Fix Liquid Concealer. This was like £2 or £3, I think. I've listed all the prices here on my notes, and I'm going to put them on the screen rather than read them out to you because that's a bit easier. Now, I thought £2, I'll just try it. I love Makeup Revolution powder products, their highlighters, their blushes in particular. I love their blushes. So I thought I would try this. It doesn't conceal anything. Like, you might as well not have bothered to put anything under your eyes the amount this conceals. Don't buy it. This is the Collection Lasting Perfection in Lemon. Now, I love the original Lasting Perfection concealer. It's really affordable, it's really good, and I definitely recommend it. They brought out these colour correcting shades, a green, a lemon and a lilac, I believe, and I bought the lemon one to try and brighten darkness. I don't like the shade of this. Under my eyes, it just didn't look right. It just looked very weirdly pastel yellow, and it didn't really correct any darkness, I don't feel. Just all in all, I was a little bit disappointed. It's not terrible, I mean, it's very affordable, and you kind of, I'd say you get what you pay for with this, whereas with the original Lasting Perfection concealer you get way more than you pay for. So I was expecting this to be awesome, and it just disappointed me a little bit. I have another dark circle corrector. This is from Kiko, their Tone Eraser in shade 1 Yellow. Again, this is just, it's too dark and too yellow, and it's very thick. Can you see there above the other one? You can see how pale the other and the lemon one is in comparison. This one is just incredibly, incredibly thick. And once you blend it out, you're not left with that much effect. Like, it kind of blends away into nothing, apart from it makes you look slightly yellow, and then it dries down quite dark, and all in all this just didn't suit my complexion, and there wasn't enough pigmentation to it once I blended it out. So I've been hanging on to this for ages thinking, oh, maybe I'll use it, but I'm being honest now, I'm not going to use it, so I'm going to get rid of it. Okay, I'm going to try and speed up a bit because I'm losing light quite quickly. Like, I should have filmed earlier in the day. This is the problem with winter in the UK. The sun goes away at like 4 PM and it's miserable. What else have I done? All the concealers. No, I have not. I also have another colour corrector. This is the MUA Pro Base Prime and Conceal in green. Now, this isn't bad. This is really cheap. I think again it was like £2. I bought this because I wanted to try out green colour correcting, and I found out that I really, really like green colour correcting, so I bought better, slightly more expensive green colour correctors. The green colour corrector from Kiko, unlike the Dark Circle Tone Eraser, is really good. It's in a sort of wand in a tube, like a traditional concealer. This I'm getting rid of now because it's very, very kind of waxy. It feels like you're putting like lip balm under your eye, and then it kind of blends away into not very much. So it's time to just say goodbye to this one. I've moved on up the chain. Another one, Bourjois Healthy Mix. Now, I'm a big fan of Bourjois. I think they make really good quality products. Again, this is mostly just it doesn't suit my skin type and tone. It's not that it's a bad product. It's a slightly kind of moussey texture. I find it a little bit thick and drying. It is also too orange for me, so it's not terrible, but it's too obvious. It's very obvious when I put this on. It kind of looks cakey over my spots if I don't blend it very, very carefully, and I can only use it when I have a tan, which is not very often because I live in the UK and there's no sun. So this is another one that I'm saying goodbye to, but don't let this put you off Bourjois. Bourjois makes really good products. Particularly their foundations, like the Healthy Mix foundation, I think is really good. concealer. This is a stick concealer. This is the Dermablend. Now, stick concealers I don't usually go for because I find them a bit drying, but I thought, you know, I would try this out. It's the number, what is it, shade 15. It's too dark. Look at it there. I mean, I can't use that for anything. It is way too dark. I wish Dermablend did some paler concealers because this is just, I mean, it's very high coverage. If you have bad acne and you're looking for a high coverage stick concealer and you're not super pale, you can check out Dermablend. But for me, it's too orange, it's too dark, it's too cakey, and it didn't really sort of give me what I was looking for. I was looking for a more flawless but high coverage finish, and this I found was high coverage, but it was obvious. It was very obviously there on my face, and I'm more of a sort of natural look person, even if I'm wearing full coverage. So, I mean, honestly, I'm not really a stick concealer person. I just thought I would try it out, and I don't like it. Okay, I think that is all the concealers. Let's move on to cream blushes, cream contours, and cream highlight products. Oh, I found a little foundation. Oh no, I'm not getting rid of that because I hate it. It's just because it's too old. I hate that makeup expires. Like, I mean, I don't abide by expiry dates. I just usually use them until they're finished or they're really, really old. And that one is just, it's really, really old. And I have to admit that I've had it for like 4 years. So, it's probably needs to go. Yeah, okay, cream products. This is a Collection Speedy Highlight Stick in shade 1, Pearl Sheen. This is what happened. Like, it just opened it one day. So that wasn't good. I was not very happy about that. I'd used it a few times. It's okay. Again, Collection is very cheap and very affordable, so if you're looking for an affordable kind of pinky pearl highlighter, it's a good one to try out. I found it a bit too pink and then it broke. This is the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Highlight. It is basically a white concealery type product that you use for highlighting. It's just, I don't like the applicator. I don't like these like brush applicators where you have to squeeze out because you get nothing and then you get too much and then it all gets caked up in the brush. It's not very hygienic. Basically this is too thick. I was hoping for something a little more natural, I guess would be the word. It's very thick, it's very white, and it's just, I don't know, very impractical in terms of using it. I don't like it. Yeah. I have this highlighter, Goddess Aura from Tony Moly. It's sort of a very liquidy highlighter that comes on a little applicator. Again, it's like a pinky peachy kind of colour, as you can see here. It's very liquidy, and when you blend it out, you basically get very little. And I was looking for something with a little bit more, well, anything to that. I mean, I like natural, but that's just pointless. So I'm getting rid of that one. Another Sleek product. This is their Strobing Soufflé Whipped Cream Highlighter. It looks like this in a little pot. It is just glitter. It's stiff, it's thick, it's chunky, and it's just glitter. And that's not what I'm looking for. I tried using it on my eyes, but I didn't like it on my eyes either. So that's one to say goodbye to. Then I have this Fresh Sorbet Blush from the Body Shop in Florida Sunstar. These are really weird. They're like a kind of really jellyish texture, and they don't blend on top of other products. They go really, really patchy, and I thought maybe this is something that I can just use on like no makeup days when I don't have foundation on, but even just like blending it on top of moisturiser. I'm trying to show you on my skin, but it's really hard to get at the right angle. There we go. It's patchy. It's patchy, it doesn't blend, and then there's like a bit of glitter in there somewhere as well. All in all, I love cream blush, but I don't want my cream blush to be patchy, so I'm saying goodbye to that one. Another highlighter stick. This is the Natural Collection highlighter stick. If you know Natural Collection, you find it in Boots. They do really cheap, really basic products. I thought I would try this highlighter. As you can see, it's kind of a pinky, pearly colour. Typical stick. When you put it on, I mean, look how thick that is. Like, that did not glide. It's thick, it's pink, it's glittery, and it's just not good. I like some Natural Collection products, like their powders mostly. This one I would not bother with, even for like the £1 or whatever it cost. What did it cost? Let me double check that one. It cost me, where is it? £2.49. It's not worth £2.49. Then I have a contouring stick. This is from Collection. It's their Precision Contour. It's just a twist up stick like this. And where can I put this on my hand? There. It's too warm. And it just doesn't blend out very well. Basically, it looks more like a bronzer shade than the contour. I don't like warm contour very much. I mean, I'll use it in the summer when I'm tan sometimes, but mostly I want a cool contour product, so I'm not using this. Okay, let's move on to powders. This is the Skin Food Peach Sake Silky Finish Powder. This container is just so impractical. It's just like powder everywhere. It comes with a little puff. I might keep the puff. And then there's just, oh my god, powder all over the place. This is just too drying. Honestly, it just says helps to relieve skin troubles caused by excess sebum. I didn't find it did that. I found it very drying, but I didn't think it controlled sebum. The Innisfree, is it Innisfree? I will put a picture of the no sebum powder here that I like. This one I don't like. Way too dry, way too messy. Okay, another Bourjois product. This is the Poudre de Riz. I don't know if I'm saying that right, or de Java. Basically, it's this little green loose powder. I bought this to sort of knock off bake. I thought it would be like an illuminating loose powder that I could use under my eyes, basically. But it is pink, and it is glittery. Like, what kind of face powder do you want that's pink and glittery? I mean, why would I want that? I just don't get it. I just don't get this product. I don't understand its purpose. I don't understand how or where I would use it. It's just glitter, pink glitter in loose powder form, and it also has a very, very strong fragrance smell, which I'm not the biggest fan of. Got powder like, oops, that didn't help. Just put highlighter on my jumper as well. This jumper will have to go in the wash after this video. Anyway, I have no idea what to do with this. If you have this powder and you use it for something and you like it, please comment below, because I don't know what the fuck to do with it. Okay, what else have I got in here? I have this, the NYX Baked Blush Plus Illuminator Plus Bronzer. I mean, that's a big claim. All three, really? I mean, it looks like a nice colour, but again, it's quite glittery, and it's not that I don't like the peach. The peach is pretty, but it's very, very glittery, and I don't know, it's also not very pigmented. Like, the little square flat NYX blushes are really, really pigmented, so I was really disappointed with the pigmentation of this product. It's just not there for me, and it's also really chunky packaging that takes up so much room, and I'm not a big fan of that either. The little other NYX blushes are way better. Now, short pause so that I can show you these swatches that I have on my hand. Now, this is the foundation. I don't know if you can see how much darker it's got. I mean, it's darker than the back of my hand, which means it's like 3 shades too dark for my face at this point. There is the Dermablend concealer. There is the Collection Lemon colour corrector, and there is the Kiko yellow colour corrector. Can you see how dark that is? That's their pale one. It's so dark. And then that there is the Sleek Monaco Illuminating Base. You can see now that it's dry just how pink it is. So yeah, those are why I don't like the colours of those products. So okay, back to powders. I have this from Gosh, their multicolour blush in Bronze Pie. There's nothing wrong with this product apart from that it's the wrong colour for me. It's too red and it's too dark, and I don't particularly like the little glittery segment here. I'd rather it was either a sheen, like a highlighter but not glittery, or if it was just matte. I would prefer that. The actual texture of this product is nice though, so I'm going to give this to my mum because she has darker skin tone than me, and I think she will like this. So it's not going in the bin. It's going to a new home. It's not a bad product. It's just not for me. Another Sleek product. I don't mean to like hammer on Sleek. Actually, one of my new favourite foundation is a Sleek foundation. So I don't hate Sleek. I just buy a lot of their products because they're really affordable and they're really fun to try out. So just Sleek is good. They just have a few products that I don't really like. This is their Luminous powder. As you can see in the packet. Again, it's glittery. Now, I hate, you probably got from this video, illuminating stuff that is glittery. I don't want glittery, I want like a pretty sheen. So this is honestly, it's a tiny bit dark for me, and there's glitter in it, and that's why I don't want it. It's their lighter shade, so I mean, maybe if they did a slightly lighter one, I would still use it, but the combination of glitter and a bit too dark means I'm putting it in the bin. I'm going to move on to eye products now. So, to start with, I have these from Collection. They're eyeshadow pencils. I have a pink and a bronze. Now, these don't twist up. The actual product inside isn't bad. So, when they're new, you can use them, it's all good, and then you realise you have to try and sharpen them. And when you try and sharpen them, you get a mess. Like, I tried to sharpen this one. Because it's a cream eyeshadow rather than eyeliner, the product is quite soft. And when you try and sharpen it, the actual product inside doesn't hold together. So it just sort of crumbles and falls apart. And oh, yeah, I just tried to put some on my hand and got a big chunk that just fell off onto my iPad. So let's stick, oh no, dropped it again. Let's just sort of stick that back on there. Too much trouble. I have another Collection product. These are the Glam Crystals Dazzling Gel Liner. I have sort of a charcoaly grey glitter and a green glitter. These crumble and break up. Like, they're very pretty. If you want to use them just to take like an Instagram photo and then you're not going anywhere, it's fine. Because I mean, they are pretty. Like, you know, you can see there on my hand. They're not the most dense. You have to build them up, but they then just crumble. They literally, as you move your eyes and you blink, they just break and crumble and fall off. And I had literally like sparkles of glitter, like crumbles all over the rest of my face, and I didn't realise until I went into the bathroom that I looked ridiculous. So, not very practical. What else have I got in here? Creamy product. This is the Delacroix Water Painting Eye Lacquer. It looks pretty. It's like a gold liquidy eyeshadow, but there is basically no pigmentation to this. When you blend it out, it just becomes sort of very faint wash of glittery colour, and it doesn't dry down. It just sort of stays slightly wet, and that means I find every time that I blinked, it kind of started getting bunched up in the creases in my eyes, and it did not look cute. So throw that one away. This I've had forever. I don't know why I still have it. This is the Maybelline Original The Nudes. There are lots of videos about this and about the poor quality and how chalky and unpigmented the eyeshadows are and how they don't blend very nicely. Their new Mini City Mini palettes, I believe, are a lot better. I don't actually have any of those. This one I've had, I don't use. It's just not very good. Ah, a product I forgot about earlier, the Freedom Pro Highlight Palette. If you're wondering about all the little stickers that I have on my products, it's just because a lot of packaging is opaque and I have a lot of makeup, so when I'm looking for things, I like to have them labelled so that I can see from the outside what's in them. So I have like white, silver, cream and various different labels on it. Inside you have 6 cream highlights and 2 powder highlights. Now, this isn't bad, but personally I find these cream highlights a bit waxy and a bit thick. There you can see the white one, and they're very unnatural. Like, I feel like maybe if you had a slightly darker skin tone, these ones you could make use of and they might look a bit more natural on you. This one is like, I don't understand who is going to use a highlight of that colour. Personally, it doesn't make any sense to me. The 2 highlights, the powder highlights, are not that bad. They're a bit glittery. They also have a silver tone to them. Like, I quite like the peach one. Like, this peachy silver one here is quite nice. That's basically the only thing I use out of this palette though. I don't want to keep this whole palette for one shade because it just takes up too much space, and I don't use there's the silver highlight on the top. That is just too bold for me. I'm never going to use that colour. So literally I just use the peach, and I have other peach highlighters, and I don't need anything else in here, so I'm gonna say goodbye to it. I am so messy at this point. Like, I should probably stop for a second, wash my hands, but honestly I really can't be bothered. I'll just like rub my hands together. My hands are all silver and glittery now. Do I have any more eye products? Yes, I do. I have this Endless Silky Eye Pen Pixie by Petra. This is a very pigmented black liner, yeah, I mean, you can see on my hand there, it's very black. It is very creamy, it is silky, it's not transfer proof. I put this in my tight line and I ended up with black eyeliner everywhere, and that's not what I want when I use a black eyeliner. So, I mean, I have so many eyeliners, there's no point in keeping one that transfers all over the place. Then I have is Makeup Revolution white eyeliner. This is too stiff. Like, if you're trying to apply a liner into your waterline, you want it to come off without lots of rubbing because you don't want to be poking away at the inside of your eye. Pretty obvious thing to say, but I have better ones. I prefer the NYX one, to be honest. Last eye thing, the L'Oreal Paris Telescopic. This is too wet, and that's my complaint about it. I quite like the brush. Like, I like these plastic bristle brushes because I feel like they separate your lashes really, really nicely and they give a really smooth application. But this is too wet, so my eyelashes kind of stick together because they're wet, and then if I blink at all, it just goes everywhere. So I prefer just a bit of a drier formula, which is why I never use it, so I'm getting rid of it. A couple of lip products and then we are done. This I have used on camera. I tried it out on camera for the first time. My lip tint pack from Berism. It's one of these gel things that you apply and then you have to let it dry and then you peel it off. It's not very pleasant if you get it inside your mouth. It's really just a faff to use because you have to put it on and then you sit there for ages going ugh. And if you peel it off too early, you get a mess because the underneath of it isn't dry but the outside of it feels dry, so you go to peel it off and then it's just a disaster. And it barely tints your lips at all. Like, you get like no colour, like no pigmentation. It's just not worth it. Like, if you want a lip tint, buy a water tint. Or a jelly, or a, you know, like a tint in a little bottle, a liquidy tint with an applicator. So much quicker, so much easier. This is just useless. And then lastly, this NYX lip lingerie. Now, I heard so many good things about NYX lip lingerie products. Like, I thought, oh right, liquid lipstick. I mean, I'm not a big liquid lipstick person because I have really dry lips, but I thought I would try it. And let me actually try and put this on. I don't have a mirror, so I can't actually see myself. But this is so patchy. I mean, I don't like the applicator. I mean, it's just patchy. It's just not opaque enough. Maybe it's this particular shade. This is Baby Doll, it's number 11, but it just doesn't, you had to put like, basically, I had to put a couple of different layers of it onto my lips to try and make the colour opaque and not patchy. And then there was too much product on my lips. So, you know, if you put too much liquid lipstick on, and then you get that like crusty line like in the inside of your lips, which is just gross and horrible and it looks awful. And so, yeah, I don't know if it's just the shade or if they're just really overhyped. I have Gosh liquid lipsticks, which I think are great. I really, really like. This I just never use because it's so patchy. Right, that is the end. I have an absolute mess of products on my bed there that are going away to makeup product heaven, or maybe makeup product hell, depending on how many other people give them bad reviews. I don't know. That's the end. That's my January clear out. I hope you like this video. Personally, I quite like watching videos of products people don't like because it helps me save money. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you're having a good year so far. Please tune back in for other videos. I'm going to try and make some more videos. I mean, my schedule is kind of crazy, so I'm not the most consistent, I admit. But I'm going to make some more videos in the next few weeks. So please come back and check out my channel. That's everything. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.